Let me have a quick look here. Let's see if I can. So what I'm going to do now is put the live chat up on the screen. And what I want to see is as many people as possible to hit the English flag. If you think that was a great interview, I hope I've done you proud. I'm sure I did. That was non-stop. Again, I'm used to talking for hours and hours and hours, so I can talk about England forever. But I just want everyone literally. So if you think that was great, just hit the English flags up there and we'll put them up on the screen and that will stay up on there. So again, that was the Shaun Attwood video, live with Shaun Attwood. Again, people need to understand how great real alternative media channels are. And again, I've also been on Iconic. It doesn't matter what you think, and they appreciate that people think all different things, right? But I can tell everyone now, the Constitution is the solution, right? And the British know that, and they're terrified. So I just want everyone out there to understand what it is we're doing. I was a little bit milder because I respect Shaun's channel. He's built that channel up. He's got 70,000 on Rumble, right? But the people who can build this up for the English are you, right? So all I'm doing is making sure you can all see it. So the more English flags I see, do you all mind if I have a cigarette, by the way? I don't really want to have another coffee because I won't sleep. But I'm going to go and see my dad tomorrow as well. So again, everyone's out there. It's not really going anywhere. Let me see how many people we've got up on there. Don't forget to hit the like button. It's crucially important. And if you're watching on catch up, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Quite a few people, I imagine, will come over from YouTube onto this channel if they like what they were seeing. I couldn't really watch the chat, although I know it was working. Do me a favour. Tell me. You can now tell me as a chat after that interview what you think of that. What was the chat like? Was there any trolls? I don't think there was because he sort of controls his channel quite well. But again, Andy the Gabby Cabby. Don't forget this Sunday live, Andy the Gabby Cabby. Again, LSB Productions is another great group of people that have really, they're putting it out there. And we need people to understand that I am standing in that election. And we need to stop this not voting lot because that's what got us into this problem in the first place. Check money, well done. I hope I answered every question and didn't waffle too much, but just got stuck into it. Tyrant's out. A fantastic interview, DD. So I'm hoping there's going to be little clips of that and they'll be talking and showing you and getting out there. But we need to get some of these clips. Again, Juicy and Lucy have been getting little clips. You need to put these clips out and put them out there on Facebook and let people know that we are actually standing and you need to vote for us. Chat, from what I saw, mostly positive. I was a bit late, but what I saw was very, very good. Smet13, thank you very much for that. And again, he was a great host. He wasn't being negative to us whatsoever. And he actually comes from Widnes, which is next door. So Widnes is all part of this whole area. Jeff Walker, 93, brilliant, thanks, DD. Chuck Money, yeah, I think that clarified about voting for a few people on Shaun's show. Well, hopefully, all they've got to do, I mean, if you really want to be a rebel, and it doesn't matter how old you are, you can be 98, right? You ain't got to take to the streets. Go down to that ballot box and write, literally, I do not consent, Ashby versus White. All right, and when they pile up, you've created a constitutional crisis. Brilliant show, thanks, DD. Where I think clarified about voting, well done. English 54, well done. Listen, you get the well done's here, right? It was you that emailed Shaun, right? You're like the producers, right? And everyone you're firing into, and Juicy and Lucy and various other people, but Juicy and Lucy have been doing a fantastic job. I am gobsmacked at what they're actually achieving, because they're actually doing it. And their email address doesn't seem to be blocked like mine is, right? Maybe they should send a little email to Rupert Lowe, right? And say to Rupert Lowe, listen, you was offered the chance of picking up a constitutional party and literally aligning yourself with America. So if Juicy and Lucy are listening to this, maybe you should take what I said, because if you go back over a previous video, it's all there in the description, and send it to them and say, why haven't you ever contacted us? Mickey67, wish you were here so I could vote for you, but it looks like do not consent, Ashby versus White, 1703 again. That's the way it should be. And people will, listen, if enough people do it, it is a fantastic way of they can't stop you. And it is constitutional law. Hi, Graham. Me and my partner live in St. Helens, and we would like to come to a seminar or anything like that. Where could we find this information from? And what a fantastic show. Edam, the answer is if you contact Eva, Tracy, or Juicy and Lucy, etc. We've actually stood in St. Helens in the general election. Joseph, we stood there. We got a lot of support in that area. If you want us to do a seminar there, I will do a seminar, and trust me, my seminars are packed. So if you want to help arrange that, right, then help us arrange that, and I'll gladly come up and do it. And then we put all of the constitutional laws up, and everyone says, "Wow!" They say that we haven't got a written constitution, and I'll show you you have. Right, Night Owl, it was brilliant. Well done, thank you. Dos be quiz. Cheers from all over the pond. And don't forget, people, America is taking back America constitutionally, right? And once that happens, right, that process, they're putting everything in place. Everyone's going to say, "Where did you get your constitution from?" And President Trump is going to say, "England." Not the British, the English, right? And then everyone's going to be looking for an English constitution party, and there we are, right? And they'll go, "That's who we're voting for." Is Runcorn still on the 26th? Yeah. So if you look at the details of that, let me see if I can go and find it for you. I will put the link out there so everyone can go and see it. Constitution, there it is. I think I've changed it in the thing. We're having our new website redesigned, by the way, at the moment by someone else called Steve in Norfolk. So again, the new place that we're putting this out there is near the traffic lights outside the Bear's Paw, right? So I'm going to share this so everyone can see it on the screen. And then as I put it up there, everyone will see what that's about, right? So again, Runcorn and Helsby, constituency by-election, Graham Moore, English Constitution, Action Day, 26th of April, 2025, disabled, retired. You can email by-election at alexander14.me. It's all on the page. Remember, we're about rights. Disabled pensioners, workers, and the English girls raped all over England have a right to justice. And again, I want everyone to understand what it is we're doing. We're not fly-by-nights. We've been there for a long time. We're being crushed by the British, right? And people need to understand what's going on. So again, if you go and read all that, it's on there. What I'm going to do now is post that. So anyone wants the link, Tracy will put it in the description. But I've just posted that out there. Everyone should have it. I need as many people as possible. kind-hearted, wonderful people to come along. But again, go and watch the actual interview with Shaun Attwood. And I think I will be back on his show and I'll be telling you some of the things that happened in prison, how they set me up, what I started to do, how I literally fought against the system and won using prison law. And again, there was a book called Prison Law by Simon Crichton, who was a solicitor at the time, that wrote a book all about judicial review, etc. And he empowered prisoners, he empowered me. And then we went from there and we started to take our rights back within that prison, one of the harshest prisons in Europe. Right. So, again, the information is all in there. It's on that screen as we speak. So what I'm going to try and do is put that on there. I want everyone to try and get there well before 1 p.m. So if you get there, aim to get there at 12, because the video work, the camera work is all going to start at 1 o'clock. And we need to be able to get that information out there to everyone. So hopefully everyone will see it. I've just put the information back out there. If you copy and paste that, everyone should see it. Right. So I've just put that out there again. It is really important that people understand this. You're the people who have paid for the leaflets. You're the people who have paid for the petrol. You're the people who have paid for the deposit. These people telling you not to vote are slapping disabled people, retirees, everyone who hasn't got a voice. They are slapping them in the face, right? We are there to speak for you, to air your grievances in Parliament and to the Crown. And I can tell you now, when I'm elected, I will give a speech on par with Cromwell, and I will be telling them people exactly what I think of them. In law, I will be telling them they are corrupt to the core, right? Set up a petition on Gov, and hopefully we'll get notice like the general election one. All of my petitions so far have been struck down by Parliament. That gives you an idea of what they're doing. It's unlawful what they're doing, but that's what they're doing. So everyone understands that, right? Is that it? Have you all seen that information on the screen? So I'm gonna stop sharing that. Just to make sure, do you want me to briefly show you what I spoke about with Serco? He didn't want me to actually show it on his channel for various reasons. It may have been because of copyright, although you can show information and talks. So Serco Mears win 2.9 billion refugee housing contract in Britain. Just to make sure that everyone understands, I don't tell lies. There's the information. Again, Serco and Mears have won contracts totaling £2.9 billion from British government to provide accommodation and support for asylum seekers, lifting shares in both outsourcing firms, right? Valued at £1.9 billion for Serco and £1 billion for Mears. The 10-year contracts were awarded by Britain's Home Office, Visas and Immigration Department under the Asylum Accommodation and Support Services contract, right? All of that information is there. Carillion, and again, the British government is awarding contracts worth £4 billion to house asylum seekers, the sources said. So just to make sure you're all aware, I'm going to take that off of there, copy it, put it out there, so you all know that I don't tell lies, right? There's the information. This was happening in 2006, 2017, and it was happening before that. They know exactly what they was doing. There's all the information, and they're putting them in east of England regions, northwest of England. Serco has won the contract for the northwest of England. So again, if you think there's no point in voting, if you're in Runcorn and Helsby, think again, see what that says, because there they are destroying 20,000 asylum seekers are living currently, right? Then what you do is you go to the detail. This is another document which I'll put out there for everyone to go and see it. Just to make sure you know, I'm not telling porkies. If you want to go and click on that and read it, if you want to go and click on this one and read it, let me just make sure I've brought that up. Copy, and then I'm going to go back onto that one. So there's the Serco one, and Mears Group one. Share this tab instead. So there you're seeing the breakdown. So again, this is an official document. The Asylum Accommodation Support Contracts, a guide. There it is, and it tells you what they're doing and how they're doing it. There's a provider, Midlands and East of England, Serco, 1 billion, 30 million. North Eastern Yorkshire, Humber, Mears Group, 821 million. Northern Ireland, Mears Group, 113 million. So they're flooding Northern Ireland. Northwest, Serco Limited, 1 billion, 79 million. All right. So anyone out there, you wanna understand what's going on here? It's been going on a long time. Scotland, Mears Limited, 514 million. South Clear Springs Ready Homes, 622 million. Remember the geezer who went and bought a yacht, lives in Essex, a Jewish geezer who owns Clear Springs. Total value of contracts, 4 billion, 553 million. All right, so 4.5 billion. Serco, 2.1 billion. And Mears Group, 1.48 billion. Clear Springs, just under $1 billion. There you go. So I'm not lying to you, right? Now, I knew this was going on and tried to tell people it was going on in 2016, 2017. It's one of the reasons why I was sacked, right? Because I said they was committing treason, right? So again, I'm going to go back up to here. How do they know where to do it? Ethnicity and national identity, England and Wales, drop back down to 7. The national identity, first time ever they put English only on the census, and they did it to find out where we was so they could flood the areas and increase the British nationality and then give them the vote and destroy England, right? 2011 census introduced the question of national identity for the first time, just to make sure you know I'm not lying. This was due to an increased interest in national consciousness and demand from people to acknowledge their national identity. So there was a demand, right? And we're part of that demand. Yet they're crushing us. The British are crushing us. They don't want anyone to know that we exist. So the 2011 respondents were allowed to tick more than one national identity. English identity, either on its own or combined with other identities, was the most common identity respondents showed to association with. 37.6 million people, 67%. English as a sole identity, so a proper full Comanche English woman or English man, not combined with any other identity, was chosen by 32.4 million people, 57%, right? British identity, even on its own or combined with other identities, was a common identity chosen by 16 million people, mainly foreigners. 29%, 10 million people, 19% associated themselves with a British identity only. Half of them are, at least half of them are foreign. Welsh identity, again, 2.4 million people. A small percentage of England and Welsh associated with Scottish or Northern Irish. And there, again, if I show it on the screen, you can see it. If you go for the highest area, North East England, 81% said English only, national identity, right? And then they flooded that area. Northwest, 76%, and they flooded that area. Again, that's the area we're staying in. Look what they did to London. They've destroyed London, 44% English, right? And what they're levelling up is actually a reversal. Whatever they say is to reverse. So it's levelling down. They intend to take Northeast and Northwest and Yorkshire, etc. 70, they're going to take it all the way down to that, right? They are going to destroy England with regionalisation. So as long as everyone understands, that's exactly what is going on. So you've got it all on the screen. I'm not telling you lies. I'm telling you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God, right? I am an Englishman. I am a Protestant. I am a white Protestant. Right? So some people call me a WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. All right? Got no issue with Catholics. Got every issue with Jesuits, every issue with the Jewish mafia, every issue with people that believe in jihadism and Sharia, and the English constitution forbids a lot of it. Right? I'm not a fascist. I'm not a communist. I'm an Englishman. The English common law forbids fascism, forbids communism, because they are both authoritarian government. Right? And once you understand the difference between an Englishman and a Brit, it's very simple. You understand why it is they hate us, right? So again, I'm going to say thank you to everyone. I am now going to have a drink of water and work out, because now I'm buzzing, right? So now I've got to try and get sleep. I've got all my lights on me. I've got 3 screens around me. You couldn't get any more of awake than I am now, right? But my brain needs to start to switch off. So if you thought that was good, go and take that interview, send it out to as many people. If you want to take clips of it, get the clips of it. Speak to Shaun. Hopefully he'll have me back on again, and then I'll tell you some of the stories from HMB Belmarsh as a Category A prisoner for a complete and utter load of bollocks, right? Literally, the police making up crime. It was a complete load of bollocks from start to finish. That's it. Good night. God bless. Unless there's any questions from anyone, that's it. All right. And Milking It Jenkins, well done, darling. You got some great questions in there. Many of you got some great questions in there, right? I can always rely on this audience. You are the best audience in the world, right? I am proud of every one of you. I'll try and get there on the 26th. It's really important. So I'm hoping Merlin can get there on the 26th. I'm hoping Les can get there in the 26th. I'm hoping Elaine can get there on the 26th, because she's far prettier than Les. Right. And of course, Mrs. Merlin. Let me have a quick Amanda. Anarchy. Good night, folks. Good night to everyone. All Graham, great show. Night, everyone. We really need your help on the 26th. Just show us some support. Get out there and show us some support, because when these people see what's going on, and they know that there's someone out there that actually has a plan, a real plan to take this country back, right? Forget the Britishness, right? Bury it, right? Bad old history. Let's go back to being England. That's it. Good night. God bless. See you all later. And don't forget, from the 4th of May, unless I win the election, right, I'm going to be on the boat. What's it called? The Reel. I keep forgetting the name of that fucking boat, right? It's a beautiful boat. With Tim, I'm going to be out there for 3 weeks as a working holiday, helping repair the boat. That's it. Tiddly poo. Au revoir. And good night. God bless.